welcome back to SwitchOff South Africa. I'm Nicky Nash, as always, in park vibration to change cars and all things motoring. Today, we have a Toyota that's not a Toyota. This is the Lexus 550, well, Lexus GX 550 Overtrail. This car is priced at close to R1 million, and we'll speak about pricing towards the end of the review. But in this review, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this vehicle, from the exterior look of the vehicle, interior look of the vehicle, show you things I like about the car and show you things that I don't like about the car. And the first thing I don't like about the car is the engine, but at the same time I like it, and I'm going to explain why I don't like it and why I like it in the drive of the vehicle. But yeah, remember to always like, comment, subscribe. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers. Please subscribe to this channel, Traveling with Nicky Nash and SwitchOff Gaming. I know you're going to be strict about SwitchOff Gaming because I haven't uploaded in a while, but this week that I'm shooting this car, there's the new FC26 coming out. So first gameplay, you'll see it on the SwitchOff Gaming channel. But yeah, let's do a review of the Lexus GX 550 Overtrail. So starting off with your exterior of the vehicle, up front you get your LED daytime running lights, which also double up over here as your indicators. You get your LED headlamps over there, front camera because this car does have a 360 view camera, Lexus badging over there, and then the color. I was saying grey, but I know my cameraman is a very car fanatic. He's like inalebo nado, meaning nado grey. You know, the famous nado grey is found in the Audi RS3. So comment down below, is it just grey? Is an Ornado grey or a different type of grey? You know, there's that BMW grey. What's it called? I just forgot. But we'll remember, there's that BMW grey, Brooklyn grey. There's a Brooklyn grey. So tell me what grey guys think this is. If you're a Lexus fan, comment, tell us. Obviously, Lexus calls it a different type of grey. Tell us. And then underneath, you get your bash plate. This car is meant for off-roading, so you need to have a bash plate underneath your sump so that when you do hit rocks or anything, it doesn't damage your sump. That's why you need a bash plate. Get your fog lamps over here, front sensors there. When you move into the side profile of the vehicle, you get these lovely 18-inch alloy wheels. And unfortunately, when you buy the Lexus GX 550, it doesn't come with that all-terrain off-road tire. You know which tire I'm talking about. This is an all-terrain off-road tire, but there is that one brand, guys. There's that one brand. I'm not gonna say the brand, but I know you guys are gonna comment down below. It starts with a B, it has a F, and it's good and it's rich. You know. Then you come to the side profile of the vehicle, you get a side step. The side step for me, I'm not a fan of it because it's a plastic side step. That's one. Another thing, as you can see, it's quite dirty because of where I am. You step here, so it gets a lot of dust quite quickly, but at the end of the day, it's your car, you get used to it. Then you get these side mirrors. These side mirrors look like it's competitor being the Defender, but at the same time you can't say it looks like a Defender because they get this from the Land Cruiser Prado. These are literally the mirrors. Then you get your roof rails, functional roof rails up top. Then over here you get a glass sliding sunroof, not a panoramic sunroof, it's a glass sliding sunroof. And then one thing I don't like is that this car is close to 2 million rand, but so two things. When you close the door, it's not like a premium close, and the door handle, when you open and close it, is not a premium finish. In a little Toyota Corolla Cross, like it feels like a Toyota Corolla Cross. Yes, it is a Toyota, but I don't like that. I think for 2 million rand, you need to have some sort of elegance, some plush finishes, and I think that's where Lexus needs to up their game. That's one thing that I don't like. I did tell you guys, I'm not telling you things I don't like about this vehicle. That's one. The second one is the engine, and we'll speak about that later. When you come onto the back, and especially when you look at it from here, this car looks like the Land Cruiser Prado. Literally, it looks like the Land Cruiser Prado. So it actually begs the question, is there need for this car in South Africa? In other markets like America, yes, because of the engine. In South Africa, is there need for this car, or just go for a diesel Land Cruiser Prado? When you move on to the rear end of the vehicle, I think this is where it looks quite good. When you come to the rear end of the vehicle, you guys know I don't like too much lettering, so you get your Lexus badging over there, a lovely tail lamp. Is a LED full tail lamp at the back, and the light bar at the back. Then you get your GX 550 badging, and I like the fact that they've kept it at that. They didn't write it's a 4-wheel drive. This is a 4-wheel drive. They didn't write it's like 4x4. You know, I don't like too much writing at the back. It looks quite good. Another feature at the back, obviously you can get a tow bar. This part is where the tow bar will come out. And then one thing I like about this car, you get a split tailgate. So tailgate opens this way. That's one. Right, then you can fit your things. This being the GX, it's a 5-seater. When you go for the SE comes as a 7-seater. That's more focused for the luxurious elements. This one is more for the off-roading, so you get a 5-seater. Underneath here, you don't get your spare wheel. You get everything else for like your jack, your spanner, all those things. Your spare wheel is here, but it's underneath the vehicle. Then let me just get your second thing I don't like. You get your speakers on the roof. Like this, it's fine when you play music, but when the tailgate is closed and you're banging music, it rattles the number plate. So when you're inside, you'll hear the music, but when you're outside, the number plate rattles because the speaker is within the tailgate. So I'll try to get you guys a video of that. You will see that it rattles the number plate, and especially if you listen to some hip hop, some Ghana, you know it's gonna knock. And then I'm going to show you split tailgate. So there's a button here, you press it, that pops, and then you open. So what this does is that you can actually load things this way instead of having to open the full boot. And then that's essentially it at the back. I like the look of it at the back and the front. It's a very good looking car, but when it first came out I was not sure, but the fact that I've had it on test now and I've seen it every day, it's quite pronounced. I actually do like it. Let's get into the interior. Let me show you some interior things that I feel like a Toyota Hilux should have. But we're going to speak about the Hilux. We'll speak about the Hilux when you do get the Hilux, because there's the Legend 55 that's currently out. We'll speak about it there. But let's speak about the Lexus interior. So when you get into the interior of the vehicle, it's like actually a very good interior. I like the interior of the vehicle. On the right hand side, you get your window switches and you get your auxiliary inputs for them. So for that, if you have a light outside or anything, you can just press that button, the lights will switch on, those type of things. That's if you have it fitted on. And then you get your memory seat function 1, 2 and 3. And then you get a leather wrap steering wheel with multifunctional controls, so on the left hand side and the right hand side. Adaptive cruise control, all the features is on the right hand side over here. You get pedal shifters, actually good feeling pedal shifters. I actually like these pedal shifters. You get a digital instrument cluster up front. You can actually customize it. You can show you different things. You can play around with it. That's a good thing. And then there's where over here is where your fuel gauge is. And speaking of fuel, we'll speak about the fuel in the drive. It's not good. It is not good. You get your start button over here. I actually don't mind the start button here. Most cars have start buttons over here. This one is right here. You can just press it like that. Then you get the touchscreen infotainment system. Actually quite good. It's quite big. And the thing about the touchscreen infotainment system, you would think that your climate control is within the touchscreen infotainment system, but it's not. You can control it here. If you want direction, you can just control it like that over there. So it's quite good. To switch it off, you can just press there, and then temperature, you just do that. And if you want to sync it, you press that side, it syncs on that side as well. So I actually do like the fact that it seems like it's in the touchscreen infotainment system, but it really isn't. Then you get your touchscreen infotainment system over here, your software inside the vehicle. There's Apple CarPlay, Android Auto wirelessly. Then you get your vehicle settings over here, currently averaging 15.6 liters to the 100. I'm not a fan of the system as a whole because it looks very, for lack of a better term, cheap, and because you can find this in literally any other Toyota or any other Lexus. The Lexus we had last year, the Lexus RX 450h, link in the description box below, uses the same system. So it doesn't seem very premium or high end. Let me say high end. So it looks like a very simple system. You can see everything you want is over there. Vehicle customized, you can click that. You get your heads up display, your meter, your lights, ventilation, door control. So all those other things, tire pressure. There's actually a lot of things you can do with this vehicle, but the touchscreen infotainment system or the software in it makes it look like there's not a lot of things to do. Yes, on the screen right now it's flashing. There's nothing wrong with the screen. The screen is okay. It's just that the rate of my camera and the frame rate is not matching. Hence, the screen will flash. And then you come to the lower end of your vehicle over here. You get your gear select over here, parking brake over here, auto hold button over there. You get a center diff lock and a rear diff lock. So this is a serious off-roader, and you should be seeing videos of us actually doing some light off-road the vehicle. The car is a permanent four-wheel drive vehicle, so it's always in 4H. To go to 4 low, you push down that way, but your gear must always be in neutral to go to 4 low. Then you get your drive mode over here. So what I don't like is, so this mode selector, what I don't like when it's in drive mode, to go to Sport Plus, right? So right now it's in Eco. I'm turning the dial to the right, but that over here is going up, which doesn't make sense. I should be turning it that way because I'm going up, and when I'm going down, turning it that way, but it's actually the opposite way. So now, because it's in Sport Plus, to go back to Eco, I'm turning it this way. So I don't like that. It makes no sense. Lexus fixed that. You get your auxiliary input over here, 12 volt socket over here, sorry, 2 Type-C ports over here, wireless charging, 2 cup holders, and under here is a glove compartment, but it's cool. So it's called a cool box. So you can actually cool it. You can have a drink inside and it'll cool all your drinks inside. You get these lovely seats which have your green stitching on the side. It's actually matching with my Heritage attire today. If you're wondering, we are shooting this on Heritage Day, the 24th of September. Then when you come to the back, you get 2 Type-C ports. You get your own temperature control center over there, so you can have your own temperature, very different from the one in front. So if the people in front are feeling cold and you're feeling hot, you can set your temperature the way you want it. You get your armrest with 2 cup holders. The seats are normal, quite comfortable. You can adjust them, you can slide them forward, can slide them backwards in terms of your seating arrangement. This is the 5-seater. There's an optional 7-seater, but you need to pay a bit more. At the back, there's not much to speak about. One thing we can actually point out is the fact that you don't get a full glass sliding panoramic sunroof. You get the small one. I think that could have been a bit better, but at the same time, for the type of body style this car is, I actually do get it. So when it comes to the drive of the vehicle, driving this vehicle is actually a very good car to drive. It feels quite good, and the engine does work for it, honestly. As much as I don't like the engine, and I'll tell you why I don't like the engine does work for it. It's a smooth drive over road imperfections. Being with the all-terrain tires, it feels quite good. You put your foot down, the car goes, and that's 60 already. So the car goes. It's a good car, good suspension. The only thing that I personally don't like with this vehicle is with the engine. This is a 3.5 liter twin turbocharged V6 engine, which produces 260 kilowatts and 650 newton meters of torque. So when you look at it like that, in the type of vehicle this is, a full tank, you're looking at 350 kilometers on a full tank, and being the country in, that's too small. The range, and to fill it up is quite expensive as well. So it actually kind of, for lack of a better term, makes no sense to have this engine in such a vehicle. You want a car that will drive a long distance. Yes, you guys will say, but this car costs close to 2 million rand. Petrol shouldn't be an issue. There's no problem with petrol being an issue. The problem is that you have to fill up so many times. So for example, if you're driving to Bloemfontein, you have to fill up before you get to Bloemfontein. If you're driving to Venda, you have to fill up before you get to Venda. If you're driving to Cape Town, you have to fill up a good 2 to 3 times. Sometimes you don't want to stop because you just want to keep driving and keep going on the road. So I think that's one aspect of why I don't like the engine in this vehicle. But overall, the drives quite good. I actually do like the drive of the vehicle. It sounds quite good. The power is there. It is 0 to 100. I know you guys don't really care about that in such a vehicle, but in case you're wondering, you can do it in 7 seconds. And for reference, what is 7 seconds is like 0.5 seconds slower than a 7 GTI, for reference. So it's actually quite good. It does pick up speed as well. In terms of fuel efficiency, I did tell you fuel efficiency, I've been averaging 15 liters to the 100. Lexus claims 12.3 liters to the 100. You could get the 12, but you need to be driving very strict. But overall, the drive of the vehicle is quite good. When you go off-roading with the vehicle, it's also a very capable off-roader. Being the Lexus, you get a center diff, you get a rear diff. So for the serious off-roading, it will get you out of sticky situations. For the mild off-roading, then this car gets the job done. If you're looking at a certain vehicle that you're going to be using it for like some serious off-roading, this is a vehicle to consider alongside the competition, being the Land Cruiser Prado and the Defender. So now we're at that last part of the review where I tell you the price of this vehicle. So this being the Overtrail is priced at 1.7 million rand. When you want the SE, the more luxurious one with the 7 seats, is 1.8 million rand. And for that amount of money, is this car worth it? At some parts, yes, it is worth it. You can see the luxuriousness of the vehicle. In terms of competitors, what are you looking at in terms of competition to this vehicle? So for me, it's 2 main ones, because those are the direct competitors. It's one from its own family, which is the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. The other one is the car that we had last year. We had the 130. It's called a Defender. So obviously the Defender 130 will compete with the 7-seater version of this one. The Defender 110 will compete with this. And there is inline six Defender. So engine for engine, they can compete, but for me, I think I'd lean more to a Defender. Where are you guys leaning more to? Are you leaning more to this, or the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, or the Defender? Very interested to know what you guys will lead on to. So that's the direct competitors. But if you're not a hardcore off-roader and you want a 2 million rand SUV, you don't do a lot of off-roading, but you want a 2 million rand SUV, you can look at something that we had recently on the channel. You can look at the BMW X5. You can look at a car that we had on earlier on in the year, the Touareg. There's the Audi Q7. There's the Mercedes-Benz GLE. Those are also SUVs that you could consider if you're looking at around a 2 million rand SUV. But if you want a serious 4x4, this Toyota Land Cruiser Prado and the Defender is the way to go. So if you're looking for your next insurance code, you can get your next insurance code in under 90 seconds through the Naked app. Click the link in the description box below. It's very important to click that link, because that link will help you to stand a chance to win a lot of things when we do the 50,000 subscriber giveaway. Whenever we get to 50,000, remember to always subscribe, to share with your friends and family. Tell them that there's this handsome brother that's wearing traditional attire. If you guys are wondering, yes, I am Venda. That's on YouTube, that does car reviews and everything car related. And if you're buying a new vehicle, brand new vehicle, and the dealership you're buying it from is not on the Change Cars website, bring it to Michael Pursuit from Change Cars. He will beat your quote. So if your quote is 200,000 rand for that brand new car and the car is not on the Change Cars website, you can easily come to Michael Pursuit. He'll beat that quote and you'll get a better quote through Michael from Change Cars. So it's very important. Also, that link is in the description box below. It's called Beat My Code from Change Cars. So yeah, this has been the Lexus GX550 Overtrail 3.5 liter twin turbo charged engine, V6, petrol. Yo, there's a lot with this vehicle, but it's been a good review. Tell me what you guys would like to know about this car, things that I didn't cover. Please comment down below. I'll see you guys in the comments. As always, I'm Nicky from SwitchOff South Africa, in proud collaboration to Change Cars and all things motoring. If you're looking for your next insurance code, click the link in the description box below. Nicky will sort you out. See you guys on the next one. Next one is, after this, it's a bit interesting. We're doing a bit of a drive. I don't want to speak too much about it, but if you're doing a bit of a drive, you'll see it on this channel. Subscribe to the traveling channel, subscribe to SwitchOff Gaming for new drops. There's drops coming this week, guys. Please subscribe to those channels. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm signing out as always.